Hello, trail travelers. It is Carrie and Katerina out here in Colorado on a camping trip. And if there's one thing you can count on a camping trip to really make your life miserable, it's mosquitoes, right? I hate mosquitoes. They love me. I am the mosquito magnet whenever we go out with each other. And we've been using a product for quite a while to combat that called the Thermacell. This is the MR300 model. There's these little mats that you put in front of this heating element. And this one had this butane fuel canister. Okay, and these work really, really well. They've got a zone of about 15 feet, when there's no wind. They work really great. The problem is these guys, the butane. Sometimes they're easy to find. Sometimes they're not easy to find. There are some online things about how to refill them, and it seemed like a major pain. One of these will last for about 12 hours. So they work really, really well, and they're pretty efficient. We started with 2 of these, and again, they're really good. But I wanted to try and get away from that butane canister. And then they came out with this model. And this was a really good unit. We'll talk about the downside in a minute, but we open it up and it drops in these fuel canisters just like this. They just drop in, put the lid back on, turn it on, boom. And in a few minutes, you'll start seeing some vapor come out of this, telling you that it's working and it's all good to go. Well, that's all fine and dandy. The problem with it is you got to remember to charge it. Now, it has a micro USB, so that's a negative. I wish everything these days had USB-C on it. That would make my life so much easier. We got to remember to carry a micro USB cable with us. I got to remember to charge these beforehand. On the back, it's nice. You can see in and see how much liquid is left in there. And these increased kind of the zone coverage from 15 feet to about 20 feet. So a little more efficient. They last a good long time. One charge on this should last you a weekend without any real difficulty. But again, it came down to having to charge it and keep it charged. But it worked great. So the next step up, which I just got for this particular trip, is this guy. And this is the Thermacell Backpacker. And this one's about $35, and actually it's designed to go on the little fuel canisters for like jet boils, those little butane tanks, right? Well, I have one of those, but it's an emergency backup for a little stove. I don't want to use that for my Thermacell, even though it'll run it for a long, long time and barely use any power. It's not, I don't, if I run out, I'm really hosed. So what I did is I bought this adapter here, which I think was about $10. We put that on there, and then that allows us to use 1 pound propane tanks. I just screw it on there. And good. Now, this thing running off a 1 pound canister will last a long, long time. So we get the mosquito repellent mats, which you can buy these by themselves. You don't have to get them with the butane anymore because of these other models. So let's see if I can open it up here. So it starts off as this nice shiny blue. We just stick it in there in the top, turn this to on, give it a couple clicks, and you should be able to see in here and be able to see that the little light is running. And it's working, and then it'll start heating up and you'll see some fumes come off of here. This thing should last, well, all night. All you have to do is change the pads once in a while. Once they turn white, replace them with a clean pad, and you're good to go. But the backpacker now for us eliminates having to deal with the butane, eliminates having to deal with charging it. We just have the propane tank now. And I'll turn this off. The beauty of this is I actually have another little device that I can refill these from my 20-pound tank on the front. So I don't repurchase these 1-pound containers. Once they go empty, I just refill them. Pretty simple. If you want to see a video on that, let me know and I'll show you how to go about refilling these containers. It's actually very, very easy, and it's like a $12 part. So that's it for our Thermacell. I think this is going to be our go forward here. Oh, again, this has a zone range of about 20 feet, the same as this guy. So pretty effective, and these mats are much cheaper than the containers that go in here. So we're going to go through cheap gas in here, and all we have to do is buy the mats, and we're going to have hopefully mosquito freedom moving forward. So thanks for watching, everybody. Again, if you want to see how to refill these, let me know in the comments. I'll do a video on it. In the meantime, check out Thermacell. They are great. We absolutely love them. Thanks for watching, everybody. From Katerina and myself, stay safe out there and free from bugs, hopefully, and we'll see you on the trails.